Yo, 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 yo. As I have beginner trader in the background. What's up? What's up? Another beautiful day at long last. The weekend needed to come and go so we can get more beautiful trading. Now, all jokes aside, we enjoyed the weekend. It was restful, much needed. And today we're finally back. So I hope you guys are feeling good, doing well, and ready for another beautiful day here in the markets. It is currently 9:18 a.m. We have a couple of stocks on the watch list, so we'll get into it. Those of you tuning in on YouTube and anywhere else, remember our disclaimer. Okay, day trading is risky. These are not the typical results here. Remember that most traders lose. Utilize simulators, utilize small size until you can get to the other side. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful of fake accounts, impersonating accounts. I will never ever message you first. I will never message you first. Keep that in mind. MLGO looks like it's going to the depths, but anyhow, so we'll still include it on the watch list. Still early. Could maybe see something later. There's XHLD, MLGO, WINT, and IMTE is the top stocks that I have. There's a few others that some people might keep an eye on. You know, I believe was it ALUR? Yeah, you know, it's not up where it needs to be, but you know, it's somewhat in range still of the highs we had on Friday. Some people may keep an eye on that. And then I believe, let's see, IBO. This one did not hold up. IBO. Actually, you know what? I think I have an extra window. Yes, I do. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, because this one should not have been up here. But anyhow, yeah, that's fine. So I think XHLD might be the main stock today. So far, it looks good. Kind of focusing on this one and go from there. So here's the full list. Boom, boom, boom. To the YouTube stream. Guys, don't forget, as you're tuning in, to hit the thumbs up. We do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. So, XHLD, currently up 84%, 48 million shares of volume. Most people are going to say Relentless, right? Especially if they're new to this channel. Relentless, why in the world would you even look at this stock? It's already up so much. Don't you want to see a stock going from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5% to then get to this level of 80%? Well, whilst in theory that would be great, that's not necessarily how this strategy works, right? This strategy relies on momentum, it relies on volatility, it relies on high volume, and that's exactly what this stock already has right now. So whether we go in an uptrend or we trade in a sideways consolidation, there'll be opportunities to make money. The only time, and even still, you know, we call it backside when the stocks are like somewhat selling off. Even then, there's still traders here, other mentors in this community who can still trade that momentum really well. I prefer not to really get involved with the backside too much, but if we're going sideways or up, there's still opportunities, right? So, you know, it's one of the beautiful things with this strategy is that we can just wake up like this and the stocks are already here. We don't have to do any guessing or, you know, waking up at 3 a.m. to see what might move and what news comes out. That's the beautiful thing with the strategy and how simple it is to find a stock that suits our criteria. So this is good. So I'm going to just swap this. Let's see, let's put this one over here. MLGO, I'll put on this one. All right, looks good. Okay, so we got the pre-market high at 278. The low of our current red candle has been 244. And honestly, I'm kind of tempted to take a trade in pre-market here. I don't think we have a head and shoulders pattern going just yet. I do think it's possible that we can hold up this dip here and then perhaps retest. But anyhow, yeah, so that's XHLD. I'm going to check out the daily chart. Looks like a fairly recent IPO going back to February, unless it might have been a name change. It's possible it could have been a name change, but we went from 6 to 8 and then sold off, and today we're really curling up here after a small move the last 2-3 days. So it's a bit of a bull flag breakout on the daily, but we're not at all-time highs. There's some gap fill to 6, but we'll see. The daily chart's a little funky, I'd say. Not doesn't mean that the stock would be weak, but it's not the ideal A plus, chart, for example. So I mean, honestly, so MLGO, let's see how this one is doing. Yeah, they say when you sneeze, maybe somebody's thinking about you, right? Who's thinking about the good old pastor? Scientists would say it's just a natural reflex to the body. When you inhale something, maybe some dust. All right. So MLGO looking a little depthsy here. Let me clear the drawing set. Time, how are we doing on time? We got 5 minutes. Great. Yeah, so this one, 487 on that big move. We pulled back. It's definitely not over yet, is what I would say here on this one. It's not over yet. There's a chance we could still perhaps curl back up. It's still early, so we'll see. And this is a good recovery so far. I think the key will be how well can we continue on this kind of uptrend. So far, so good. Honestly, it's a good recovery here for MLGO. Yeah, I mean, and it's quite a lot of volume here too pre-market. So we'll see. We'll see how it does. Thing is the kind of stock we'll have to play by ear though. Honestly, WINT, IMTE, I'm not gonna really look at those two. If they start to move, great. If not, that's fine too. But I have my top 2 stocks here. So I'm gonna make sure to adjust my share size. As you guys know, I've been starting with extremely small size the first 3 minutes. And then really and truly after minute 5, 6, 7 is where I'd look to size up if we're seeing a stronger stock. If not, I still want to keep it slow, even if it might mean the first 10, 15 minutes. But usually we see something fairly early. But I think today, even if we see something in the first 3 minutes, I'm just going to still keep to the small size. Just, really try and wait, because the times will come again where the first minute will be extremely hot. And right now, whilst it's happening, it's more of like a sprinkle. Every, once a week or once every week and a half, we'll get a hot first minute. So for me, I don't think it's worth putting out size right away. I'll just wait. But other than that, I think we have to be careful. As you guys know, on the recap on Friday, we had a pretty great day, and then we sized up very inappropriately in an area where we knew the stock would be risky. We got carried away and got a little too reminiscent of the hotter markets after the first dip and rip on that stock. So today we have to be careful about getting any sort of like tunnel vision. Even if I connect on something that usually is in a hotter market kind of move, you got to still stick to the plan and manage risk accordingly. Because at the end of the day, especially if we've built a day and it took a while to build that day, more than likely the momentum is not super hot, right? Because again, when it's when we're on fire here in this market, in the first 2 minutes, we can be up so much, right? If we're not seeing that and we have to really gradually build a day, probably best not to be super aggressive after getting that day built already, right? In the wrong places, especially. I think if you're going to lose on an A plus setup, that's different, but to get carried away in a high risk area is just nonsense. So, going back to Friday's trading, I think that's like the biggest adjustment. There's still areas where I could have held a little longer, I think. And another thing too that I noticed in my trading on Friday, after if I'm to take a big loss on an A quality setup, you have to still keep your mind intact and not let the loss get to you, because I noticed after that loss, it's like the day was basically done. Like looking at my trading versus, the 2020 eyesight, it's like there are still so many setups I could have got back to flat or maybe even green again, right? So if we do happen to take losses, just stay dialed in, stay locked in, and just keep pushing, right? Until the momentum is done. So yeah, XHLD, MLGO, small size first. Looking to stay disciplined, looking to follow the plan. And I have no doubt it'll be a great day. Time to rock and roll. Shadow is saying good luck. We'll take it. We'll take a little luck or two and get a slightly better fill when we can. We'll take that. But I'm looking to rely mostly here on discipline. Here we go. XHLD and others. Lows 52, high of 60. Bit of an 8-cent, 9-cent pop.
UPC.
XHLD.
TEM.
Time 31.
UPC halted. UPC will resume at 9 hours 35 minutes and 25 seconds. UUBT. CELH. OKLO.
Time 2 minutes in. Not really seeing much as of yet, but keeping a keen eye.
HUHU. CHR. CORZ. CELH. RKLB. LUNR. CLSK.
Maybe I let that spook me out of that trade.
WULF. SRB. CIFR.
All right.
UUBT.
LUNR, I want to keep an eye on as well. So MLGO giving a red to green here. Yeah, it looks like XHLD's having a hard time. MLGO perhaps the one to keep an eye on here early.
LNQ, CCIIU, PINS, APLD, mRNA, HUT, VKT Shire HSECIRU will resume at 9 hours 38 minutes and 4 seconds BT, SNCI, VSAT, ANAB, SERB, WULF, ACHR, LUNR,
IONQ,
CLSK, APLD, IONQ, HUT,
SAG, JPD, APLC,
SMCI, PUBT, SERB, PL, ACHR, LUNR. GETY.
Time candle is about to close here in a little bit.
The PC may resume in less than a minute.
Perhaps a false breakout. Can we push through? Okay, yes we can. Hmm.
SUR,
IB,
STNE, MCHP, UPC, RUN,
MLGO. I'm not gonna switch away from this one. I think it looks pretty good.
BSP,
GEO,
487 is the pre-market high.
LBGJ, CYRX,
SHFS,
WLGS,
RUN,
WINT,
WINT, WOLF,
Time.
MCHP, LSCO, CCIRU may
SAG.
resume in less than a minute. SHFS halted. SHFS will resume in 9 hours 41 minutes and 38 seconds. SCRB,
NAAS,
We might see a 5-minute pullback here.
LATR,
UUBT, SCIRU.
Or maybe not.
MT.
IMT.
Or maybe not. It looks like it's a quick wrap to green here. It's a bit of a low pullback, but I guess we were somewhat extended. We had 68 to 32.
QUBT.
Hmm.
QBTS. WINT. INQ. INOD. ASTS. ANAB. GEO.
That's a disappointing trade there. As in, I should have already been able to get out, but it's so slow to fill.
QBTS. QMCO.
So a quick winning scalp turns to a loser there.
SG.
70 for the highs, not quite a breakout there, a bit of a double top.
COSK.
Time.
LXC.
CRDO. ASTS. MLGO.
Are we going to be able to make the new high? It's trying at 70.
RGC. QBTS. TNXP. SHFS may resume in less than a minute.
ENXP.
TNXRGC halted. RGC will resume at $9.45 and 30 seconds. That's halted. CAPS will resume at $9.45 and 21 seconds. WINT. AMPX. INTE. TNXP. AMPX. IONQ. IMTE halted. IMTE will resume at $9.46 and 34 seconds. TNXP. LXEO. REAL.
It's definitely having trouble towards 70 area here.
AMPX. LXEO. CAPS may resume in less than a minute. RGC may resume in less than a minute.
IMT hauled down could be interesting for the bounce.
AMPX.
I was really hoping for like a bigger pullback, like a bigger extension down on this thing, but it held up its 40s and those levels. Oh, that's quite the gap up for Tesla. Pretty big move there.
INTE. SHFF.
The road to 400, will it begin here or will it take another 6 months? We'll see. Oh. Yeah, MLGO, I think the higher dips worked out fairly well. Oh,
SPWH.
GLY. OKLO. WINT. IBO. QUBT.
well, that's fine. Time 49. Let's see how this candle does.
BO. CAPS may resume in less than a minute. Okay, hello. RGC may resume in less than SAT.
AIPG.
Of course. But can we get over 75 though? 73.
MLGO. VSAT.
GLT.
CAPS. RGC.
CAPS. SWIN. ATER.
Okay, hello.
RGC.
CAPS. MLGO. CAPS. MLGO.
TK. TEL. ARON.
REAO. ANAB.
SUN.
EPWK.
HOLO.
AMPX.
WG. PCLA.
ESTC. MLGO. HUHU. PL.
MTEN.
Okay.
QHU.
01.
CLSK. HUHU. AMPX.
Oh, sellers. Yeah, I got a little quiet because I was trying to gain a good rhythm here. Couldn't really connect, so taking it easy now. We haven't been able to make a new high really on the 1 minute in a while. Could be coming down here. I got a little thrown off by the range being so tight, and I think what got me is, a lot of the examples that I've been studying has been halted stocks, and so the range has been a little wider. So with this tighter range, I didn't trust any of the pullbacks, but they all held up going back to this consolidation here, 935, 935, and then early here at like 950. KDLY, MLGO, KDLY. Oh, it's gonna go all the way. Wow. What? Oh, come on. Time 2012. The fills are very laggy. You gotta watch out for that if you're scalping. Jesus. Get some quicker fills.
Anti-aging ink. HMT.
271. What is this thing on crack? Jesus. Can we see a 1 minute candle make the new high? The 1 minute candle needs to make the new high right here and hold. Mm-mm. 5 minute setup looks good, but we're struggling to get a 1 minute candle to make the new high in the last like 10 minutes. Rejected again. Could be backside. Still. I think we're getting some vol. I mean, it's fine. Let's. Okay. Wonder if I overlooked that shit. Um,
It's big.
PPPT. APP. P2P.
these builds, it's just so slow. Great. Oh, every scalp I take is a depth trade. Mm-mm-mm. Bro, come on. That's happened to me at least 3 times today. think with this stock, a lot of the bigger pullbacks kind of came later, which definitely definitely threw me off quite a bit, man. It's like they'll come after the first 5 minutes of the consolidation, which kind of gives my brain like a you know, like a freeze because the bigger dip is happening into a new 5 minute candlestick, which we can usually see a much bigger drop than what we've been getting. And that's where I would want, usually where I'd want to be buying aggressively, but because of how it's playing out, it's like kind of either not taking size or even selling the starter. And I wouldn't even consider the starter because of how the chart really is, but just selling that base position soon. I wouldn't say it's a starter though, because the setup isn't really happening under the circumstance I'd be looking for. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Part of the deal. It's definitely still strong, which is interesting compared to stocks we've traded last week, where by this time they've already like sold off. Don't want to get carried away or anything like that, but definitely still keeping an eye because it's still uptrending, still holding up good green candles. The latency with the fills also, you know, for me it's like trying to scalp every quick couple of cents area I'm seeing is I'm not really trying those trades too much because like by the time I'm getting filled, you're getting filled where you hit buy, but it's like it's taking so long that if you try to sell, you're just gonna get the error code and the 3-4 cents you're looking for. It's like a losing trade or a loss. Not sure if everybody's getting lag, but there's a little bit of lag on this one for how long it takes for the position to show up as filled. Nope. Or is it? Is it? Um, got a high of 618. It could keep going, but it is extended, of course. Can we see 25, 30? 25? Can we see 30? Can we see 30? We should see 40. It should squeeze here. This is where stock should be teleporting up. Will it happen though? The halt is at 708 if it squeezes. If the short sellers remaining have to cover here. But is it gonna do it? Probably not. We should have kind of already did it. But it could still go. It's still strong here. The scalpers on this one, like as in scalping those earlier ranges, you definitely did well if you gave those trades a chance, you know. But if you're looking for that bigger pullback, the depths, I gotta remember to just at least still throw out something there, just in case we don't see those extended dips, which I think I did a good job of Friday. But again, you know, in the first 5 minutes, really was looking forward to like bigger pullbacks. But and I say the first 5 minutes meaning like the first 5 minutes of the consolidation. We had like two or three consolidations, but again, you know, that's no excuse. You still gotta, if the consolidation is tight, you still gotta be quick to adjust. Hey, tight consolidation. I'm gonna jump in quickly, even if it's smaller size. So, you know, as I'm quiet, trying to like figure out what I need to do differently, it kind of sucks that it takes me 20 minutes to realize that, right? The backside is gonna be brutal when it comes, I think. So we'll see if this thing continues. Bit of a false breakout there, but the candlestick. Candlestick. Bro, we have everything for the new highs here. And it's not gonna happen. Hopefully, when the backside comes, there's a sign. Time. Candlestick is about to close. And so this is what I mean by like no bigger pullback early. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, right? This candlestick is gonna close. But we haven't really had a bigger dip in this range. And my brain is like hard to buy because it's like, hey, we should see more of a pullback. And there's no more of a pullback. It's like still struggling. Uh, If I mean, I don't know. The stock is pretty bullish. I would go short here though and have a tight stop if I could. If I could, I'd have like a 10-cent stop and go short here over the highs. It might just need another 3 minutes to break out, but I think a 10 cents risk wouldn't be bad to find out. And that would have been a great trade. The low is at 82 right there. So is this backside or is this another big pullback to then curl up? Or if there's shares to short on Thinkorswim every time, like those types of trades are available. And look at the bounce here. So this is showing some bullishness. Showing some bullishness here. See, if we can get this drop earlier in the consolidation, like but by the time this comes, I can't trust it here. And I think that's the difference of me having like a monster day versus with this day that I had. I'm not gonna push it though. That'll do it. I'll take the gains here. Now it seems like when this drop comes, right, which happened right here. By the time this thing finally happened, I kind of lost the conf because I already had shares out Bro, I had shares out to bottom tick and catch like the bottoming wick already. By the time this candle comes, after this candle closed here, this green candle on a 5, I'm like, now it's a little too risky because the 5 minute candle is red, and we could see this type of pullback on a 5 minute candle like that in that context, and that happened over and over throughout the move. Again, right here, the bigger dip finally comes. It's towards the close, coming into the new 5 minute candle. But after studying yesterday, there's things I could have done differently to have a better outcome still. Even this one kind of came a little late in the move. Bro, if you don't have patience in this game, you can get destroyed, man. Because mentally, I'm just there, like, bro. Like, it's almost like if after my study session yesterday, the market is just here to mock me. Is how it felt like the first 40 minutes. So I just had to get quiet, just had to, like, just stay focused, just try to stay focused and lock in. Because if not, it's like you start to get discouraged. Like, man, I missed this move. Just to hell with this stock. And now tomorrow I gotta wait, or gotta wait for the next stock or the new day, and then you get into like this. You know, you're not focused. Is what it is. You're not paying attention. So now that the rambling is start, you guys can see that I'm not paying attention here. I don't think that there's anything here at all, unless this. I mean, this is a pretty promising bottoming wick here into this green candle. We ask ourselves, does the stock have more? I mean, maybe. This red to green looks pretty promising. We closed at $6 from 580. I'd size down here though, just to be safe. But only looking at it because of how promising the pullback was. And there's a bid at 6 of 76,000, which is pretty aggressive. Whether it's somebody looking to cover or somebody looking to go long. False order, perhaps. So let's see how this red candle does here. Like how's this gonna play out? The lows were 53, so it's quite the bounce. So this is flushing down some. So this is gonna give us a range here. And the way how it curled up is probably not backside yet, but we'll see. Like, I'm curious as to how some of the bigger traders did on this one. I think I know how Marcelo and Tim did because I understand how they're scalping. If I have to guess, Tim and Mighty are up 10K each. Because they're not gonna spare they're not gonna spare those pullbacks a chance. Like, they're gonna be in all the time, every time. Even on these, they're in on these. Well, I'm curious to how a guy like Save did. How a guy like Crispy probably did. I mean, and there's even difference. There's like differences even in those guys too, like how they'll approach the entries. I think for the people who are just right away onto it, probably caught most of the opportunities. If you're trying to wait a little longer, If it gets over 610, it means business. If it needs to hold above that level though. If it get let's see how it does here. If it goes above 610 and holds above 610, it means business. So I'm gonna watch here. Let's see how this is gonna do. If not, I'd go short again. If I had shares, it's gonna be close. What's it gonna be? Going short. So let's say I'm long 607 here. My stop is probably gonna be at like 15. Can this go back down to 48 to 580? Granted, if it goes to like 15 right now, I'd go long. But it depends on how it would play out. Like there needs to be a lot of buying in this area coming up to 10 and then over 10, and because then if I'm in at like 15, I need to see 30 or 25, 30, like, fairly quickly. But for now, hypothetical short 607, tight stop at 15. How are we gonna do here? If I'm short 607, I think there's nothing to be worried about. Just, if it stops me out, it stops me out. But if not, looking for the move down to 580. 580, 585. I think it's pretty fair. I wouldn't look to take anything until it gets to my target. So what's it gonna do here? Right now I'm break even in the trade. Seven, 606, 607, 604. New candlestick coming in a couple of seconds. We're seeing sellers. It's probably going to come down here. There's 91. Can we see 85 to 80 for me to cover this hypothetical trade? I probably would have took something off here though, at least half. But honestly, even shorting up there is not bad for like an entire like day long hold. But if I'm gonna do that, my stop is gonna be high of day rather than just 15. If I'm looking to hold this to the end of the day, my stop has to be over the highs, I think. So we had 88. I probably would still be holding half. I'd still be holding half and waiting. Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I tried for 15. Let's see. I got filled 17. This should be interesting. KB. K of the B. Bro, I should go to high of day, honestly, because they should be afraid here. Yeah, I don't want to be too heavy. Let's not get carried away. Gotta still, just in case this thing false breakouts and flushes. Gotta be mild. It should go to high of day. I don't see why it shouldn't. This is a bear trap of bear traps if there's ever one. So I'm gonna hold this with diamond hands if I can. Take me to high of day. I want to see 37 plus. See, if this like flushes down here, that's where my mind would then wonder like why did it not work, right? Because that does happen from time to time. In which case we try to keep it as tight as possible. But everything is telling me new high is coming. And there it is. Yes, sirree. New highs into the moon. I probably should have. No, let's not say that. Now I'm wishing I kept the size. The halt is at 7:35 if it's to go. Keep going. So if I still had the short trade, of course I would have stopped out at 15 and then go long like I did, right? And that trade would have probably been break even because we did take half at 91. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. The bear trap of bear traps. Right now, I'm not touching it. I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see. It might keep going. The halt is all the way at 764. It might just keep going. But this gives us an opportunity to rinse and repeat. So, I'm going to start getting ready here. K of the B. K of the B. Come on. Not budging either. Not budging. But again, where my orders are and where the stock is holding up could be two different places. And this is my issue from all the other consolidations. So we'll see. Please, please, come on, please. Come on down, flush. Again, this is the issue for me here, right? And it comes 1 cent above my first freaking ad or entry. Son of a, you know what? Oh, I'm late. Oh, not good, not good. And that's why I missed every move earlier. Just that same exact reason right there. Happened to me 4 times today. Bear. Can I see 15? Oh, that's not good. Damn. See, I now ask myself, after not getting that trade, being that I knew the pullbacks were tight, why did I not just get in higher? And now I'm going mad again. Hmm. Okay. This stock is extremely bullish though, that's for sure. Short sellers right now are getting cooked. They might short again because there's probably going to be an opportunity to short again, but we'll see. Maybe something I have to work on too is not being a perfectionist as I trade, because nobody can capture everything, right? I think that's part of being a good trader as well. Time. All right. Oh, okay. 98, kind of high. Trying one more time, and I'll wait. Timer? Oh, jeez. Time is of the essence on this candle. It looks like it's getting some resistance here. Can we get over 7? I might try it. This is a little risky, but I'm going to try it. Ah, yeah. Okay, that's fair. Hmm. I could have. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. 72. Again, it's giving this bigger pullback later in this consolidation, which is it's throwing me off. So right now I'm just thinking this is gonna fail, and it probably is gonna curl back up. And then I know this, and then my brain is still having a hard time taking the trades there. And I feel like I'm going insane every time the stock does this. Ah, day trading. You know, at the end of it, it's why I still am so optimistic all the time, because the future is bright. No matter what today's been, what yesterday was, the future is so bright. Red, green, anything in between. Damn, all these freaking stocks on. It looks like we're gonna get a new high at some point, is what it looks like. But even with that information, I can't just buy right here. Like I still need a specific circumstance to be buying. Okay, I'm gonna try for the scalp. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Oh my god, it is. I'm gonna try 40. This is definitely a big chase. All right. And I'm saying I can't just buy right here and then I bought, but it's because something came on the level 2, of course. We had an influx of buyers there. The stock is still strong, so maybe it gives another consolidation, and hopefully this time I'm not a little girl at buying the lows because it's a little higher than I think it should be. Don't you dare. I'm gonna add at 16. My average, not really the best, but see how it does. Now that I'm taking this pullback high, right? Not to be negative, but the stock better not blade me here. This is what, try number 5, right? Jeez Louise. Boy, if this plays me, then the insanity is gonna go times 10. Come on, KB, for good old RT. Can we see a bounce for good old RT? I have Beam. It's on one of these day trading team house trips. Beam shot a half court shot saying if he makes this shot, RT is gonna do well. For good old RT. For good old RT. Okay, good. For good old RT, KB. And I'm selling kind of early there, but I think that's fine. Holy smokes, I definitely sold early. It's not going to even consolidate, it's just going to go again. Chasing it. This is a chase entry. And not gonna work. 782 for the highs. Oh, the fills are atrociously slow. Like they're so slow to show up. Good old KB. Bro, this stock is beyond strong right now. It's like insane. Granted, it's not the good old stocks that would go all the way to 20, but for how many times we're on like the 6th leg of the consolidation going up again. Are people still short? I wonder, because I would have stopped out if I was short on that last big area. I'm gonna go for it. This is a mega chase. It didn't go. I'm still a scalper. At the end of the day, I gotta take some entries. I gotta take some entries, brother. But we're probably gonna pull back at some point, right? It's not just gonna keep going up, as we know. So the question is right now, if it dips, where is it going to go? I have no idea. Yeah, just imagine if so that just on that last consolidation, that quick flag is my first time taking the early dip. Imagine if I did it every time on the consolidation, which it gave at least 3 times each consolidation before that last one. So I missed like 20 entries of that type of trade. For the students who's been going through the chapters, this will make sense. If you're not a student, it's probably going to be a little bit more of like a gray area. This is going to be big here. I got to make sure this is not backside. We cannot go below 30, in my opinion, here. What's my average? Why is my average so high? I bought twice and below 50. Why is my average not better than this? Curious. 53 and 46. So I got a really, and the low was what? 32. This is the early pullback again, and this time it's aggressive compared to other times. So this is typically what I'm looking for, right? Can the stock rip to the moon for me? Or is this going to take me into oblivion? Do not take me into the depths, please, because this might flush down to $7 here. Diamond hands. That's close. Oh my gosh. Taking the loss. I'd go short right here if I can. I'd go short right here. 7:30. It's late. If it bounces, I'll just add to the short. Short, 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 short. And then I'm going to try for low of day again. What are the odds that this recovers this candle? So I'd probably add in like some sort of increments that make sense. Risk is at is like 50 cents at this point though. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up for good old RT. We do appreciate it. For those of you guys watching on YouTube. For good old RT. There's millions of dollars to be made in this field, man. I could not have gotten any more lucky with this career here. As hard as it is, as difficult as it is. This is interesting here. If this, I'll watch right here to get back in. This could end up getting a new high again. If I'm short at 50, which I probably would have been if I had shares, you know, it could get dicey here if this thing just keeps going. If it closes above 65, it might go again. Watch this. Watch. Time. What's it gonna be? I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Come on. Come on. Show me. I got a high fill though. Do not blaze me here, please. Show me 850. Oh my god. Oh, of course. Well, okay. All right, that's the haircut to slow me down here. Where did that close? Seven, six, oh, it closed 64? Why did it look like we closed it like 70 plus? Oh, well, you see, so even something like that probably could have avoided a loss there. We never even closed above that level. Oh, man. 500 to the wind for nothing there. And then your stop is tight, the stock just evaporates to 50. Nothing you can do. It's it's possible for the bear trap again here, but it's not in out of the woods. Short sellers are in control, brother. That's it. The short sellers may be in. Holy fuck. Oh, freaking piece of crap. Bro. Oh. Yo, what? I might have to size down here though. Bro, holy shit. What? Okay, okay. Alright, that's it. That's it. That's it. Fuck this. Nope, 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 nope. Bro, we gave away like 2K for nothing here, man. I'm done. Signing out. I think maybe less size, but you know, the first time, I guess the candle didn't close. But right there, come on. Come on. What is that, man? Bro, it's up like 4,500, right? I think, or 4K. Anyhow, we can still make millions here. Ah, just of course, there's always something. There's always something to just. Bro. Hmm. Lessons? Any lessons for that just happened? In at 74 out of 47. Everything told me that if we closed above that level, we should go, and then this thing just evaporates. And to take the same trade and lose twice that much on each time, on each attempt. So short sellers might be in control. And then it fails the first time. I literally look away, I look back, the stock is at 780. it flushes down to 40, and in 1 second it's back to 80. It's like how could you make money on a day and then you still don't feel satisfied? As in, it feels incomplete. Now I have the awareness to shut it down because it's in a downward trend right now, but it's a great day, but it just feels kind of messed up now, man. We missed all those key dips early, and then now to end like that. And I don't know why I just smile and shake my head, but like that's the only reaction I can have. This thing makes you wanna like this thing makes you wanna like I need to invest into a punching bag or something. Well, Big Steve, I gave back half my gain, so I have no choice at this point to shut it down. Yes, you can be trading for 5, 6 years plus and still go through the emotions. The down, it looks like it's on backside though. I think the backside is official at this point. Oh man. The moment I took that trade, I knew I should have been in a smaller size. I knew it. But I'm already in. I didn't think fast enough. Caught me on my toe, what did I say? Caught you with your pants down, kind of thing. Like, pastor, brother. All right, I'm gonna shut it down to bring it back into a calm ending here from the perspective of a teacher and not someone who's drowning in FOMO and anger. If you're going the distance, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. Um, if you happen to go through a wild day, a roller coaster day, make sure to keep your sanity, right? Don't go insane. This is all part of the deal, all part of trading. And at the end of the day, today, we have to have a grand perspective. Today, this week, this month, this is all just one drop in the bucket for the longevity of the careers that we're looking to have in this field. And so as we continue to improve, continue to look to make adjustments and get better, I think that's the only thing that really matters. Because if we keep pushing forward, we'll get to a place where we make less mistakes. And for me, even at this point, I'm still looking forward to that because I know I can still improve. I'm still seeing parts of my trading where I can improve. So I think for all of us, that should remain the goal is to get better and just imagine the best version of yourself, what that guy or that woman looks like, and and be excited about that, right? I think that's the key for all of us is to be excited about knowing the best version of ourselves will be in this market, can be profitable for those of you looking to get profitable, can make less mistakes for those of you who maybe are already seeing some green, and just in general can do better, can improve. And so that's the aim. So I think for me, at the end of the day, that's what really keeps me so optimistic about what we're doing here as traders. So today is just another day in the process. Today is just another day of me going through the motions to get better. I need to get to 20,000 hours to be at the mastery level that I need to be. So today we're just adding more and more. So hit that thumbs up. Tesla is in the moon, which means my beautiful position of 500 shares or so is looking pretty good. And this is, I mean, Tesla's an insane stock. I don't even know what the news is today, but to be up this amount in just one day is always still crazy for this type of large cap stuff. And that type of stock is not the usual Magnificent Seven, Magnificent Eight. Apple and these other companies don't ever do anything crazy like that. So for the Tesla traders, just be careful, because if you were ever in too high, this thing could be down 50% in one day, right? I did average in slowly, but there was a day around 250 that I gave into temptation, and I bought more than I should have bought. You know, I mean, but there was some logic behind it, but I think it was still emotions at the end of the day, because I'm looking at the daily chart and it's like from 488 we're at 250, which was like a psychological level too. And that day I bought like 5 times more than I should have bought, and that prevented me from getting more size lower, which I would have been able to do much more easy if the that capital wasn't already tied. But yeah, I mean, but I did a good job though in getting into that one, like over weeks, just buying a little every day. But anyhow, stay care, stay safe, stay green. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, and I'll catch you guys next time. 4,500 to 2,500, bro. Just not okay, not cool. Day trading. All right, guys, take care, stay safe, stay green.